Head over to fifacoinsonline.com for fast and reliable Ultimate Team coins. Alright guys, and welcome back to another one of my teammate challenge videos, and today we are finally in the Liga 1 for the first time, and that is because we are going to be reviewing the 2012-13 Liga 1 champions that are Paris Saint-Germain, and that is because in this episode we are going to be challenging teammates that are Ibrahimovic versus Menez, and of course these players are the strikers for Paris Saint-Germain. So in this episode we have actually got the normal Ibrahimovic, the 88 rated gold player, against the 87 rated team of the season Menez. And Menez's original position on his team of the season card is centre forward, but for this episode I have actually moved him to a striker so that both players are actually strikers. But before we go into the review, I just want to let you guys know that don't already what this series is about. So it's kind of like an overpriced versus affordable or a go big or go home series where I compare two players in the same position. However, what is different in this series is I compare teammates. So the players don't need to be that similar with their ratings, but they have to be teammates in the same position. So for example, in this episode I am doing Ibrahimovic versus Menez, and that is because they are both strikers for the same team, that is Paris Saint-Germain. So then firstly we are going to look at the price of both the players, and Ibrahimovic can be picked up for around 380,000 coins, whereas Menez is around 210,000 coins. Then going on to their weak foot and skill moves, Ibrahimovic has 4-star weak foot and 5-star skill moves. So Ibrahimovic being a 5-star skiller is going to be a massive positive for some of you guys who enjoy doing skill moves on the game. Whereas Menez has got 4-star weak foot and 4-star skill moves. So both players have exactly the same weak foot, but Ibrahimovic has one more star when it comes to the skill moves. So then going on to some of the in-game stats of both the players, I've actually included these in the border to the video. We are firstly going to look at their finishing. So Ibrahimovic has a finishing rating of 90, which is very high, and this can be compared to Menez's, which is 82. And in all fairness, I think this is reflective of their in-game abilities, because I would say that Ibrahimovic does have better finishing than Menez on the game. So then looking at the long shots of both the players, Ibrahimovic has a long shot rating of 85, whereas Menez has a long shot rating of 90. But in all fairness, I don't think this is that reflective of the in-game abilities, because I feel that Ibrahimovic definitely has a better long shot than Menez. Then going on to their shot power, both players have very close shot power stats. As you can see, Ibrahimovic is 92, whereas Menez's is 89, and this is reflective of their in-game abilities because both players have really good shot power, but I do think Ibrahimovic just edges the shot power between both of these players. Then looking at the heading of both the players, in all fairness, both players don't have that great heading on the game, and this is quite disappointing, seeing though in real life Ibrahimovic is very good in the air. He is a very good aerial threat, so I don't understand why his heading isn't actually that great on FIFA 13, but nevertheless his in-game rating is 74, and this can be compared to Menez's heading rating, which is 67. But in all fairness, I can't actually remember ever scoring a header with Menez, so I can't really talk that much about these stats other than I think that Ibrahimovic is very underpowered when it comes to heading, and Menez is pretty poor in the air. Then going on to one of the most important stats for a lot of you guys is the acceleration and sprint speed of both the players. So Ibrahimovic has 74 acceleration and 79 sprint speed, so he is a very slow player on the game, whereas Menez is absolutely rapid with 92 acceleration and 90 sprint speed, and to be fair, he is one of the quickest players on the game in my opinion. However, when you're playing with Ibrahimovic, you don't really need that great sprint speed because he is just an absolute tank. It's so hard to get the ball off Ibrahimovic when he is dribbling with it, so I really wouldn't look at the acceleration and sprint speed of these players to be that reflective, because Ibrahimovic really doesn't need that much sprint speed and acceleration because he is already so good on the game at just keeping the ball, so he doesn't actually need to be that quick, whereas Menez is just absolutely rapid and he just thrives off through balls over the top, and he pretty much gets on the end of every through ball. Finally, looking at the attacking and defensive work rates of both players, Ibrahimovic has a medium attacking and a low defensive, whereas Menez has a high attacking and low defensive. So I do always say that high, low is the best attacking and defensive work rate you can have for a striker, and Menez has this, which is absolutely incredible, especially seeing though he is so quick, so he is always standing on the shoulder of the defender and therefore always ready to make runs so that you can play through balls through to him, which does just constantly get him goals. So finally, that does actually bring me onto the part of the video where I talk about the amount of goals and assists that each player got within a certain amount of games. So in this episode, I actually played 20 games with both players, and in 20 games, Ibrahimovic managed to get himself 25 goals and 5 assists. So this is crazy because this is more than 1 goal per game on a consistent basis. So it's not like he's got 10 goals in 5 games, because that's only a short amount of game. He has actually got 25 goals in 20 games. So he is consistently scoring goals in pretty much every game that you play him. So then looking at Menez, again like Ibrahimovic, he was a very, very consistent goal scorer, getting 20 goals in 20 games. So he did actually manage to get 1 goal per game in that ratio, and he did also get 8 assists. So he did actually get more assists than Ibrahimovic, but of course Ibrahimovic scored more goals. And to be fair guys, playing these two strikers together in the one team was absolutely incredible. It was pretty much goals galore, because in 20 games both these players managed to rack up a total of 45 goals, and to be fair, you can't really ask more of that for a striker partnership. So as a little bit of a final review guys, I would say please, if you can afford it, buy both of these players and just try them up top for a couple of games, because I know you will love them. However, if you can only afford one of these players, because they are both quite expensive, I would have to say if you do rely on pace, make sure you pick Menez over Ibrahimovic. But if you don't really mind pace on this game, make sure you pick Ibrahimovic, because he is absolutely incredible. So guys, that does actually bring us to the end of this video, and what I want you guys to do is leave in the comment section down below which players you want me to do in my next teammate challenge, because at the moment I am thinking of doing Man the Match Hernandez versus Inform Mickley, and I want you guys to know whether you want me to do that or whether you want me to pick another teammate challenge. And yeah, if you have enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and also check out my other FIFA 13 videos on my channel.